Some of you actually already asked me this question, so I thought I'd answer it here in this video. There are a couple of things that I want to say. Number one, unfortunately, we don't know exactly when we will be able to do church face-to-face. We're thinking about it carefully, we're listening to instructions from our government, and we want to make sure that when we do meet face-to-face, it will be safe and sensible to do so. A lot to think about, actually. There's a lot to consider. I'll give you some examples. For example, even if they increase the number of people who can meet in large gatherings, we still have to think about how many people can fit in our church building with the necessary social distance restrictions. Here's another example. We need to think about whether we can or should sing together in the church service, because the advice at the moment from our government is that congregational singing is discouraged because it's considered high-risk activity. That means the way we do church will be different. The same goes with morning tea, but can we still stay around and chat and have fellowship? Here are just some things for us to be thinking about. So as you can see, there's a lot to consider, and we don't want to rush into things. But once more restrictions are lifted, once we can have larger gatherings, once we have a clear indication that it's safe to do so, we will let you know, and I personally want us to be able to meet face-to-face again. In the meantime though, we'll keep doing what we're doing, which brings me to point number 2, and this is the really important point. It's actually been so wonderful seeing many of you continuing to meet together in your live groups and also in the Zoom fellowship after the service. I love seeing how you pray for each other week in and week out. I love how you guys talk about deep things and discuss the Word of God and its impact on your life. And I want to encourage you to keep doing that. Please keep doing it. And if you haven't been doing it, come and join us. Come and join one of our lives groups. Come and join the fellowship after the service via Zoom. But I also today want to encourage you to do something else. Even though we cannot do church altogether, but with some restrictions being lifted, we can do church together in smaller groups at home. Because I trust that you know that our church gathering isn't just about listening to a sermon. It's about meeting with other Christians. It's about worshiping God together. It's about encouraging each other in our walk with God. And if we can do that face to face, even though it might be in smaller groups, let's do that. We now have an opportunity to be hospitable to one another. So I want to encourage you to meet together in small groups, to do online church together in your homes. Invite a family over, get a small group together, and go and visit someone else's home. In fact, here's an opportunity for you to love those maybe you haven't seen for a while, you haven't chatted with for a while. Go invite them, and other people will come to your place to do church together. And there's also an opportunity here to be hospitable to outsiders. Your friend, your neighbor who are not Christian may be more willing to come to church at your home than at a church building. So please prayerfully consider that. Consider how you can make the most of every opportunity. Consider how you can redeem the time. Because this is an opportunity. Let's use it for the glory of God. Thank you for listening.